The parrot who wouldn't talk. You are no beauty, can't talk, can't sing, can't dance. With these words, Aunt Ruby would taunt the unfortunate parakeet, who glared morosely at everyone from his ornamental cage at one end of the long veranda of Granny's bungalow in North India. In those distant days, almost everyone, Indian or European, kept a pet parrot or parakeet or lovebird, as some of the smaller ones were called. Sometimes these birds became great talkers, or rather mimics, and would learn to recite the entire mantras or the religious chants, or admonitions to the children of the house, such as Padho beta padho, study child study, or for the benefit of boys like me, don't be greedy, don't be greedy. The expressions were of course picked up by the parrot over a period of time after many repetitions by some member of the household who had taken on the task of teaching the parrot to talk. But our parrot refused to talk. He had been bought by Aunt Ruby from a bird catcher who would visit all the houses on our road, selling caged birds ranging from colorful budgerjeers to chirpy little munias and even common sparrows that have been dabbed with paint and passed off as some exotic species. Neither Granny nor Grandfather were keen on keeping caged birds as pets. But Aunt Ruby threatened to throw a tantrum if she did not get her way, and Aunt Ruby's tantrums were dreadful to behold. Anyway, she insisted on keeping the parrot and teaching it to talk. But the bird took an instant dislike to my aunt and resisted all her blandishments. Kiss, kiss, Aunt Ruby would coo, putting her face close to the bars of the cage. But the parrot would back away, its beady little eyes getting even smaller with anger at the prospect of being kissed by Aunt Ruby. And on one occasion, it lunged forward without warning and knocked my aunt's spectacles off her nose. After that, Aunt Ruby gave her endearments and became quite hostile towards the poor bird, making faces at it and calling out, can't talk, can't sing, can't dance, and other nasty comments. It fell upon me then, 10 years old, to feed the parrot, and it seemed quite happy to receive green chilies and ripe tomatoes from my hands. These delicacies being supplemented by slices of mango, for it was then the mango season. This also gave me an opportunity to consume a couple of mangoes while feeding the parrot. One afternoon, while everyone was indoors enjoying the siesta, I gave the parrot its lunch and then deliberately left the cage door open. Seconds later, the bird was winging its way to freedom of the mango orchard. At the same time, Grandfather came to the veranda and remarked, I see your aunt's parrot has escaped. The door was quite loose, I said with a shrug. Well, I don't suppose we'll see it again. Aunt Ruby was upset at first and threatened to buy another bird. We put her off by promising to buy her a bowl of goldfish. But goldfish don't talk, she protested. Well, neither did your bird, said Grandfather. So we will get you a gramophone. You can listen to Clara Clark all day. They say she sings like a nightingale. I thought we would never see the parrot again. But it probably missed its green chilies because a few days later, I found the bird sitting on the veranda railing, looking expectantly at me with its head cocked to one side. Unselfishly, I gave the parrot half of my mango. While the bird was enjoying the mango, Aunt Ruby emerged from her room and with a cry of surprise called out, Look, it's my parrot! Come back! He must have missed me! With a loud squawk, the parrot felt out her reach and perching on the nearest rose bush, glared at her and shrieked in my aunt's familiar tones. You are no beauty, can't talk, can't sing, can't dance. Aunt Ruby was ruby red and dashed indoors. But that wasn't the end of the affair. The parrot became a frequent visitor to the garden and the veranda. And whenever it saw Aunt Ruby, it would call out, You are no beauty, you are no beauty, can't talk, can't sing, can't dance. The parrot had learned to talk after all.